Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's see who's in the house. Welcome. Can everybody see me? Can you hear me? Let me know what is going on. Hold up. Let me see who I have in here. Hey, VT Kitten. Hey, everybody. The Last Ronin. Ooh, guess who's back? Back again? Tell. Guess who's back? I hear myself twice. Hold up, y'all. My headphones are not connected. Here we go. We are connected. Just a T, please. Pause for Andrea. Selena Fem para siempre. Welcome, Bo. Welcome. Pika Pika, Nebulous. Everybody, y'all. Everybody come through. All right. Let me do a little intro because we got some stuff to get into, and I'm so excited about this news. I'm so excited. And I also want to talk about some other stuff that has been going on in the SPTV community that I kind of want to, point something out that I thought was important to point out. Just my opinion, of course. But let's do a little intro. What are we feeling? Let's do this one. Swipe.
Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Swerving, making plays, quick Ferrari red. Never out my zone, touchdown in my hands. Only fam around me, I can't have no friends. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. Ever since I was a teen, had prices on my head. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, ball point on the beat, ball point make them dance. Yeah, we came up from nothing, now we're making plans. Yeah, just picked up some bands. Tell her ask it questions when I come again. On the run like a runaway. Only way is the money way. New chain, no jewelry. No games, don't fool me. 21, been a boss. Take the game, pay the cost. Heard you rolling TikTok. Need to get another watch. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon says.
Ooh, we listen. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Welcome, everybody. You said your bunny ears were tingling, so were mine. We gonna get into it. Let me just say this. It got so hot. I had to change my shirt. I was wearing a long sleeve earlier today, and I had to change my shirt. We are live. We're live. 2 in a day, and you made it, Maggie. Yes. Listen, we gotta get into it. We have to get into some stuff right now. Okay. So let me just start by saying that Aaron Smith Levin had a great interview yesterday with Willam Gude's attorney. And I just had to say, oh my God. So then I was doing a little bit more digging into everything that's been going on with the whole elderly abuse case that's been, been cleared. Shout out to Willam Gude. Okay. Now, let me just say this. All right. Before, because anytime I got some trolls. All right. You already know. I got trolls in different area codes. Okay. All right. The 303, the 720, the 310. All right, they're everywhere. The 702, the what other numbers? The 808. I got trolls in different area codes. That's the problem with this internet. That's the problem. So let me just say this, okay? If you have a problem with me talking about anybody, all right, you might as well unsubscribe. Because if I get another motherfucking troll talking about, you're talking about Willam Gude, unsubscribe like today. Like today. That's right. Look at the 425, the 360. I got trolls in different area codes. I sure do. Not the 305. Thank you. Y'all remember the people that got, I mean, I posted and, I did block the name, but what I found out was that this specific troll uses the same picture for various troll accounts. And I mean, luckily it's getting a little bit more easier to catch these people and to kind of understand what's being said. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So when was it? I talked about Willam Gude here a couple of days ago, right? And this person, the audacity said, y'all using streets again. And I'm not going to put, because I already, listen, let me just say this. If you can't read between the cigarette and you can understand what troll and where they're coming from, then you just don't, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. But literally, as if I have to ask permission for anybody to talk about anybody that I have on my thumbnail. Like as if I have to ask permission or excuse me, may I please do? No, I don't ask permission. I don't even ask permission for my mama. Why would I ask permission from you? So yeah. Okay. All right. Fair use, baby. All day, every day. All day, every day. I got trolls in different area codes. I do. But you know what? I don't mind it. It is what it is, y'all. That is the internet. That is how we work. That's how it is. If you're doing commentary content, expect some motherfucker to do a video on you. Expect somebody to talk about you. Expect a jealous person to, say the most about you. This is the internet. That's how it is, You said, if a person does not like what a creator is talking about, they should leave. Right, Constance? That's what I'm talking about. But hey, that needs to be a song. I'm going to need, where's Kelly Copter? Shout out to Kelly Copter. Kelly Copter, do. Oh my God, because she's really good at the remixes. Girl, if you can do instead of I got hoes in different area codes from Luda, do I got trolls. We're going to have to play some music. Hold up. Because this is like celebrate good news, because that was my come on now, that was the song back in the clubbing days, back when the rabbit was young and able to just stay out all night and was doing the damn thing. Hold up, where is it? Creator music. All right, let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to delete this part at some point, because they like to block us and we can't monetize. Is it this one? Yep. Let's start right there. That should be like our song. Kelly, if you're listening, please make this into a song right here. Right here. Oh my gosh. Play. Here we go. Oh, PJ. She said, I love seeing the proof of them doing stuff we've all expected all along. Shout out to BJ. BJ, you caught me in my singing moment right now. I was singing the Luda, I got hoes, but instead of hoes, I said I got trolls. And I was talking about, we have a creator by the name of Kelly Copter. Shout out to her. If y'all see this, I know, monetization out. If y'all see this, let her know that we need her to do a little remix that says I got trolls in different area codes. Because it's the truth. Right? Ain't it the truth? All right, y'all. Let's get it together. Because it is Friday. I like to have fun. We got so much to get into. First of all, we have a very interesting, this was published in a journal from LA, and I thought it was interesting to kind of talk about this, called the Daily Journal. So it's, I guess, a journal that a lot of California type of attorneys write. I know you said I got trolls in different continents. I know, right? That's how trolling goes. I know we do too, right? Some of these trolls, it's like, where you come from? What's that? They super chat you from like different currencies. Yeah, I know what that feels like. But I wanted to, start with something a little fun because it is Friday. But if y'all get into Kelly Copter's inbox and let her know that we need her to do a little remix, because this would be fun. I'm just going to say that. Okay, let's get it together. Let's start into this article, and then we're going to start into Aaron's interview. Shout out to Aaron Smith-Levin. But this was published on the 30th. Scientology bankrolled elder abuse case. It emerged during the 5-day bench trial that the plaintiff elder abuse case was being bankrolled by the Church of Scientology, according to defendant's lawyer. Okay. And that lawyer had an interview with Aaron. And that, in my opinion, very important, right? An anti-Scientology protester was cleared on Friday on elder abuse charges against plaintiff, whose case was revealed to be bankrolled by the church over a 5-day bench trial. The Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Shelley Kaufman ruled that the respondent Willam Gude's harsh words against petitioner Joseph Eckers during an anti-Scientology demonstration were protected by the First Amendment and denied Eckers' request for a restraining order. His words, even though they might have been harsh, if that's what y'all feel like is harsh, because I saw some of this, right? We saw some of this kind of play out. Like, you're mentioning Willam Gude's son and you don't expect people are going to like not say anything to you about it. You're just like, what exactly is this? Right. And even then, regardless, like, I don't care if you're 50 plus, 70 plus, whatever, 80, and you're doing the most, okay, and you're protecting this cult, you can get these words in these hands too. What are you talking about? Because it's the truth. Busted, disgusted, never to be trusted. That's what had happened. Okay? Linda, my name is Rabbit. What's up? Can you tell me the host of the video's name? Rabbit. What's up? I know you've asked that a couple times. Shout out to you, Linda. Let me see. Let me see what you guys were saying. That's right. Busted, crusted, dusted, and musted. Never to be trusted. That's right. Always, Kiki. Always, you know? Yes. Thank you, Chico. Thank you. All right. Let's get it together, you guys. Let's get it together. Sole practitioner Matthew D. Strungar, who represented Gude, said that the court examined the footage video of multiple interactions between the two parties before Kaufman delivered her oral ruling. Gude was also represented by Dorothy M. Gibbons White. That's the lady that Aaron had the interview with, who was lead counsel. The court and the oral ruling on Friday went through each of the 5 or 6 interactions, date by date, and said what happened on this date. That's protected by the First Amendment. Strugart said in a phone call on Monday, you can say kind of disparaging things that somebody might find very subjectively offensive. Ooh, okay. There you go. Eckers was represented by Anthony Brown. Okay. Anthony Brown, is it Spurden, Landis, and Joseph's LLP in Los Angeles? Everybody's last name is in there. We're disappointed that the court would not protect an elder for multiple incidences of abuse that were captured on video. This is what the attorney said on the verdict in an email on Monday. Eckers obtained a restraining order against Willam Gude, in January after the two clashed verbally at multiple anti-Scientologist protests last year. My client would argue back, would take great objection to the petitioner trying to disrupt their protests repeatedly, but would also resort to name calling and mockery and those kinds of things. In challenging the restraining order, Gude claimed that Eckers, despite his claims to the contrary, was working as a plant or an agent for the cult of Scientology. These people are plants and agents, okay? Because let me tell you something. Why would a church pay your legal fees? Like, honestly, like, why would they pay your legal fees? They're not a church. I'm sorry. Why would a cult pay your legal fees? Can y'all explain that to me? How does that work? How does that happen? Shout out to K9. Shout out to everybody coming through. Why would that? Oh. Linda says, I swear, we have these like really weird people in here. Okay. Let me, did this person get blocked? Please and thank you. This is weird to me. A host who doesn't reveal her name. Okay, that's your choice. Thank you anyways. No, no, hold up. I'm gonna get my other song that's in my mind. This one's for you, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. The part. You're causing confusion and disturbing the peace. Okay? That's the thing. That's the y'all, can we get it together? Y'all ready to get it together? Thank you, y'all. Any other Lindas in the chat? Linda, which by the way, shout out to the beautiful Lindas that are supporters of the channel. But when you got Lindas in here that are brand new, that don't understand, we do have to call some of this shit out. I'm just gonna say that, Linda. I really am. They said that I'm the rabbit. I can be. Don't get it twisted. I can be. I can be very rabid. I can. Yeah. Thank you, SP agent. Y'all, I'm just saying the people are like doing the most. I know, right? She came in here doing the most. I cannot. I know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. She pulled up and she got what she wanted. I give her props for that. I give her Oh my god, but that was funny. You already know I enjoy a good troll every once in a while. Shout out to everybody. Are you really, Tiffany? Oh my god, is he still having concerts? I would go. I know. That's right, Rabbit. You got 99 problems and that bitch ain't one. You ain't never lie. That's right. I've seen it. I've been called the rabbit. I'm telling you. That's not a lie. I can get it. I can get it into it. Don't get it twisted. And you just saw a little bit of that. Okay. Let's get it together. Let's continue reading like good little hosts. All right. See what had happened was, see if you missed it. If you missed the earlier, you just gonna miss it. Some of the stuff is gonna get deleted. People are gonna be like, "What happened in here? We didn't even know." We definitely do. I will blast you and put you up on blast, especially if you said money, because then I could just put your comment up there. It's beautiful. Yes, and this host does the most. I certainly do. See, the problem is, or the thing is that I can own my stuff, unlike some people. I can own my stuff, okay? Unlike some folks. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Ooh, yeah. Randall's like, you had to be here. That's right. All right. So here we go. So Eckers obtained a restraining order against Gude in January. We read that part. My client would argue back. Okay. And then in challenging the restraining order, Gude's claims that Eckers, despite his claim to the contrary, was working as a plant. We talked about that. Eckers' counsel's pushback in the supplemental brief filed last Tuesday, contending that Gude had failed to provide proof of Eckers' Scientology affiliation. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. The brief also provided examples of threatening statements Gude allegedly made to Eckers on one occasion, including, "I'm going to ruin your fucking life. You can go whine to the police all you want. There's nothing they can do about it. And I hope you fucking suffer." Let me tell you something. You're talking about my dead child. You better believe that it's on. You mention my dead child, you better believe that it's on. I am going to ruin your life. Okay? Okay. All right. Gude's claims that Ecker is a plant is just a fiction concoction trying to wrap Gude's abuse of Eckers in the mantle of the First Amendment. The brief read, his abuse of Eckers is just abuse. On the other hand, however, Ecker told a different story according to Gibson White. That's, Gude's attorney. During the trial and his moving papers, Mr. Eckers repeatedly claimed he had no connection to Scientology. But as soon as Mr. Eckers was on the stand and required to answer my question, do you have a personal arrangement with the Church of Scientology to pay your legal bills in this matter? It was clear that Mr. Eckers was simply advancing the interests of the Church of Scientology, of the cult of Scientology. This is what the attorney wrote in the email. In addition, Mr. Eckers offers no credible evidence that Mr. Gude actually caused any mental suffering as is required by the code. And both the undisputed video evidence and additional impeachment evidence confirmed that he was not in fear for Mr. Gude or of Mr. Gude. Struggle recounted, we asked, is Scientology paying your bills? And his counsel had a lot of objections, and the judge wanted to think about it for a little while. But ultimately, she ruled the objection and said, yeah, you can answer the question. And he just said yes. He said yes. He said yes. And that is exactly what was said in the interview with Aaron. That's what happened. That's how slimy and grimy some of these people are. A plant. A complete plant. Pika, I'm there with you. If you're coming in late, I am not. Listen to me. Okay? If you're coming in late and you missed the mess from earlier and a little bit ago, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do nothing, okay? I didn't do nothing. Okay. Oh my God, here we go. So they're asking him, did Scientology pay your bills? Okay. The counsel's objecting. The judge wanted to know. And then the judge says, you can answer the question. And he says, yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. This wasn't the case of some elderly man who was abused on the sidewalk for no reason. He was being used as a pawn. You know what? There is this thing about using people as pawns in this community, in the site. Like, it's weird. It's mad weird. And it's starting to really kind of like, people are starting to speak up. Okay. It's starting to be more obvious. Okay. Just saying, Linda. Which, by the way, that was my favorite name, but it's not anymore. Shout out to all my Lindas. I'm just saying the other Linda ruined it, okay? Linda, listen, Linda. Listen. This is what's happening here, okay? This is what happened. This is what had happened, all right? Oh my God. So Struger further noted that Gude's anti-Scientologist stance had gained publicity in media outlets, including Rolling Stone and the Los Angeles Times. Not trying to puff up my client or anything, but he's sort of, I think, viewed as a kind of charismatic leader of these protesters. Shout out to fucking Willam Gude, because he's been seriously like, man, oh man, like things have been getting hot and heavy here. And you know what? He's been classy about it. Okay. I want to thank him first of all, for coming to my channel and talking to me, please. And thank you. Thank you for everything that you do, for keeping it real, for not getting in the mess of some of the bullshit that goes on here. Please, just thank you. Thank you for doing that and for doing what you do. Okay. Let me just say that. And he's charismatic. There's something very charismatic about Willam. And there's something like, this man has been hurt in front of us. He keeps his cool. He does his thing. He's got a lot of people that support him for a fucking reason. Okay. He's got a lot of followers on social media. He's somebody that other protesters look up to. Yes, he is. I think they've thought they could just try to cut the legs out from under the protests. When I say they, I mean the church. They're going after the person who they saw as a leader. And I think they were using the petitioner in this case to make the point or to serve that end. Yeah, they were using the elderly man. They were using that. Gibson and White said that the verdict meant her client could continue to protest and exercise his First Amendment right. The Elder Abuse and Dependent Adult Civil Protection Act was enacted to protect our most vulnerable citizens. Sir, you are not a vulnerable citizen when you're acting all this and getting paid by Scientology. Let's get that together. Yes, he's the good father. Thank you. He's the good father. He deserves that title. I'm saying. It is an abusive process for the Church of Scientology to use a senior citizen, as they have used Mr. Eckers, as a proxy to bring meritless elder abuse restraining orders requests to silence First Amendment activity that the church does not like, she wrote. Financed by the Church of Scientology, Mr. Eckers brought this case for the purposes of silencing Mr. Gude, because Mr. Gude is well known, charismatic, and especially effective in activism in these protests. So I'm glad that this interview happened, you guys. I mean, it's amazing. I think that let's see. So the hearing lasted 5 days. We know that. And the incident was described. Scientology's involvement to the incident. We're going to go to that 30-minute mark. Shout out to Aaron. Y'all go check out his channel. I'm sure everybody's subscribed over there.
Can I ask you a question right there?
Absolutely.
Was there anything said on the stand that would give you the impression, because I definitely have the impression, that it was Scientology who was feeding information about what would most likely set William off? Probably, I believe, feeding that information to Joey to try to get William to do something for which they could then respond with legal action. Was there any indication that Scientology was involved in that early stage?
That is such a great question. As a lawyer, I have to say I have no evidence to tell me that. There's a certain degree of inference from the evidence that we did see. One of the things that's interesting about your question, and I'm going to tell you that maybe that's my answer. My answer is maybe. And one of the things I think was very interesting about this case is that Mr. Eckers filed his request for a temporary restraining order by himself. Very sloppy papers, clearly not with an attorney, and he did it himself. And then the attorney came on after he got the restraining order. Now, this restraining order he got without any notice to Mr. Gude. And the way he could get that without any notice to Mr. Gude is by saying in the papers, I am afraid for my safety if the person I'm seeking to restrain knows that I'm going in 24 hours to get this restraining order. And that's an important option. I have used it many times when my client's life is in danger because her husband might kill her if he knows we're going into court the next day. That's when you use that kind of option. But what I'm noticing about all these Scientology related cases, the three that we're discussing today, they're all done without notice at the time of the temporary restraining order. And that's a key thing, because I think it's probably known at this point that Mr. Gude has counsel who can be called on a moment's notice and will show up in court at that temporary restraining order. We'll file papers. Usually we don't actually get heard, but we can file papers to oppose it. And they probably would lose right then and there. And that's why they don't notice him. That is the only reason why.
So it seemed to me. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. Does it sound like?
I have more for you. Let me give you more.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The reason I think Mr. Eckers filed that alone is so he would look like he was this individual this older person that, didn't have help, and now he's really scared something will happen to him. He was more likely to get the TRO by doing that without a lawyer. And then the lawyer comes in later, and his lawyer, it was either in his closing or at some other point, the lawyer said, Mr. Eckers filed this alone before I even came on the scene because I was making the case for this being a Scientology case. And we can bring out why. Because of a certain question I got answered, yes. His counsel became very concerned about it, looking like, well, wait a minute. No, Scientology is not my client. Mr. Eckers is my client. And he was arguing as an argument for his point that because Mr. Eckers brought this on his own and then only hired the lawyer after, that means he wasn't in on it at the beginning. No, that's not what it means. Because you can be in on it at the beginning in an advisory capacity, not on the record.
I don't know, man. That's a phenomenal attorney. Shout out to her. Let's see. Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying. Y'all bring that up to Aaron, and you guys can email him directly and ask him about the blocking thing. I really don't know because I don't run the channel, but please keep that in mind. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Hold up. I will be talking to the Windy City I will be talking to Windy City. Okay, I don't want to read that because we already addressed that. Conflict of interest. Right. Just lies and liars getting exposed in 2024. The truth. Very, very true. What is wrong with her face? Bad light. Who are you talking about, Wim? Shout out to you, Wim. Filing without notice just shows that they are frivolous and they're willing to take it there, right? Honestly, because like I'm pleading the fifth and running away with my drink. Y'all are awesome. Shout out to everybody.
That's right. So the lawyer could have told him in advance, you have a better chance of getting this approved in the beginning if you file it on your own and if you check this box.
That's right.
Yes.
And if you don't have a lawyer, and I'll come in, the lawyer will come in later, because and the reason I think you have a point in your question, the reason you have a point there with me, what I saw in this case was Mr. Eckers sought out Mr. Gude. He had a gratis ticket. It was a gift of Scientology. And this guy is saying he's not a Scientologist. Mr. Eckers has made a big point that he's not a Scientologist. He doesn't support Scientology. None of his witnesses are Scientologists. He's not a Scientologist, blah, 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 over and over saying this. However, he's a guest at the Winter Wonderland event on December 3rd. So he has a ticket to that and he goes to that event. And what does he do at the event? As soon as he sees Mr. Gude talking loudly about what this event really is about and don't go to this event, to the people that are going in, Mr. Eckers goes right to Mr. Gude, not to any other protester, to Mr. Gude, and interferes with him.
Do you guys remember that winter event? We talked about it too. And then I started talking about it and it got age restricted too. I remember that. It was an interesting video. We're talking about this winter event and then like they're recruiting, you know, especially Latino children specifically. So they knew who they were recruiting. And this is why, like I said, it's important for protesters that are out there doing the damn thing. Thank you for doing that, because they're recruiting the most, you know, vulnerable. What are they doing? What tactics are they using to recruit people? Hey, Grape Tea. Thank you. Everybody that coming through.
And he does it again 2 days later. And he does it again 6 days later. He keeps doing this and he keeps making a beeline for Mr. Gude. And he admitted on the stand that he watches the live streams of Mr. Gude and the other protesters. And I asked why he did that. And he said, to avoid Mr. Gude. But he wasn't doing a very good job of avoiding Mr. Gude, because he showed up on 6 different occasions. And he even showed up on 3 additional occasions after the TRO was in place, before we went to trial, which would have been a surefire way to get Mr. Gude in violation of the TRO. And he admitted on the stand he watches the live streams.
Yeah.
So that makes me think Scientology was involved all along. I think what they do is they see someone like Mr. Gude, who's charismatic, who's a highly effective protester, who has a tremendous following. And when he goes out there and live streams, a whole lot of other people show up. And all these people who are out there protesting, who are victims of Scientology, some of the Jane Does that are suing Scientology for sexual abuse, they don't have the following Mr. Gude does. So he's giving them a voice. So Scientology can see that. He's the guy that you interfere with. He's the guy you.
Yes, I think that's like huge. He's giving the Jane Doe's a voice. That's what he's doing as well. You know what I mean? K9 says, I'm waiting for Streets and Jessica reenactment of the case when the court reporter notes are out and available. Me too. If you guys get a hold of them, let me know, please. And thank you, so we can review those, period. Thank you. They prey and manipulate. I also think that they can coerce them into doing it and say, they pay them and manipulate, not prey. Well, maybe they do prey. I don't know. But I agree that they can coerce them and say that they paid them. I couldn't find anyone that has done any course work online, but he definitely a paid actor. That is clearly evident. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Well, Corn, can you do me a favor and go bring that over there? Like I have no power over Aaron's channel. You know what I mean? Like if you feel some type, you don't want to email him, you don't want to message him. I don't know what else to tell you, love. I can't fix that for you, you know? So please note that. I shouldn't have said blackmail. You said coercion instead of blackmail. Dorothy's representing Danny now. That's what I heard. Yes. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Constance. Can we stop talking about, yeah, like it's not happening here. So please, can we move on from that? Don't care about the claim. That's what Patty says. Hold up. You said, I love that Dodge is given a recount, or Dorothy. Is that what you mean? That's giving a recount of what happened in court. Yes. Well, thank you. The wing is winging. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
Shut down. And then a whole lot of other people won't show up. So
That's right.
Ecker's behavior truly looked like somebody who was acting as an agent for Scientology. But it wasn't until I asked one of my 25 yes or no questions that I was certain he was an agent of Scientology. One of my questions was, Mr. Eckers, do you have a personal arrangement with the Church of Scientology to pay your legal fees?
Here we go.
In this case?
Here we go.
You've never seen opposing counsel stand up so fast to object. He had case law locked and loaded. It was a whole thing. I had to argue. He argued. The judge had to consider it. She overruled on one basis, but on another basis, she wanted to look at the case law. I had to move on with other questions. She took a break and read cases. It was a whole thing. And so I finished the rest of my questions. And I thought we were maybe even going to have to brief this. And my co-counsel, Matthew Struger, who was not in court that day, was ready to brief it as I'm texting him, this is what's going on. Because, the First Amendment stuff is his expertise. And there were First Amendment cases that crossed into this attorney's fees stuff. And he dealt a lot with this. But we didn't have to do that because she came out after I'd finished all of my questions. And she said, I've made a decision on Mr. Brown. That's opposing counsel's objection. And she overruled it. And turned to Mr. Eckers, said, you need to answer the question. So I asked my question again. And Mr. Eckers said, yes. Now, I had 6 more questions after that if he had said no, because maybe Scientology was paying part of his fees, right? Because the first question is, are they paying your legal fees? That means all of them.
Oh my God.
And I asked, like, is the Church of Scientology doing it? I honestly thought the answer would be no, because I didn't think the church would be that stupid. I had a bunch of other questions that narrowed it down. If he had said no to that, I would have asked, is the Church of Scientology, do you have a personal arrangement with the Church of Scientology to pay a portion of your fees? Then I would have asked if a member of Church of Scientology had an arrangement with him to pay all or a portion of his fees. Then if it had been no all the way down, I would have gotten down to people, somebody else that was trying to help Church of Scientology. I did not think I would get a yes to my first question in that line of questioning. So my next statement was, I have no further questions for this witness. I got what I needed. Dude is an agent of Scientology.
That's it.
It's incredible.
That is, I'm so glad that the judge made him answer that. That's amazing, right? It's amazing. That is amazing. You said, hold up, everybody. Let's see. But counselor, you are wrong in the best way possible. Oh my gosh. Who is that? Let me see what you're saying. I swear we be getting I think the trolls. Ooh, I think you like me. Ooh, I think you guys like me. That's the problem. Ooh, I think you like me. Ooh, I think you like me. I swear we be getting trolled. Hold up. What are you doing? Like, come the hell on. What is wrong with some of these people? Y'all be getting, I swear, it's Friday. Can't you take a break? Oh my God. You said, oh no, I'm not on the replay crew. You're not. Trolls are freaking I swear. Why are you so obsessed with me? Look, we can't do any more music in here. I don't want to get in trouble. I think that it definitely is. It wouldn't surprise me. I think it definitely does need a it's one of those cases where it's like it's interesting. It's interesting. I can't remember that song. I'm only 70 years old. I am a troll magnet. I really am. But I think it's because some people just enjoy trolling me. But let me just block some folks. Thank you. LOL, you gotta love those bridges. You gotta watch out for those bridges. I know it's too much. Like, hey, the real deal. Like, get something going. It's too much. The law and the law. I know y'all need to fix your autocorrects. You guys keep calling her. Her name is Dorothy, but I'm watching like people type in Dodge. Her name is not Dodge. It's Dorothy. My milkshake brings all the boys, all the trolls to the yard. Oh my God! Stop. Anyways, happy news. Like this is exciting news. Let me just put that out there.
It is absolutely incredible.
Trial. And Mr. Brown is a highly paid white collar criminal defense attorney who is a partner in a boutique firm. He is expensive. And he had an associate with him for most of the trial. Scientology is paying for that.
So here's what's incredible. Well, it's all incredible, but you know, all those security guards that work on Hollywood Boulevard who are regularly interacting with the protesters and non-Scientologist figures like Patrick Perry and Joey Eckers, those people have no actual authority. Like, it's not like one of those people could have gone up to Joey and said, "Hey, Joey, look, if you need any help with legal bills,"
Yes.
One of those security guards would have actually had to arrange for.
Thank you for clarifying. Okay, no, so I was like, are you guys talking about Dorothy or Dodge? I'm talking about Dorothy. You guys are saying Dodge is the guy that takes notes and tells us about what. So that's another YouTuber? Y'all remind me. Is the guy who goes to the protest? I don't know him. That's what I'm saying. But I'm thinking you guys are typing in Dorothy and you're saying it's Dodge and that's a separate YouTuber. Am I correct about that? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Yes. Okay. Let me know. So that's a whole different YouTuber that does that. Okay. Thank you. That's what I thought. I was like, that's different. Y'all are I'm thinking you guys are talking about Dorothy. Okay. All right. Thank you. He was fired for reporting on Scientology? See, I didn't know that. I had no idea, Jordy T. Thank you. See, you guys act like we all know each other. We don't know each other. We're talking about a freelance reporter who had been recapping. Thank you. My chappy trollicious. I do get a lot of them. I'm just saying.
A senior official in the Office of Special Affairs to meet privately with Joey Eckers and make such an arrangement. Like, the amount of behind the scenes machinations that would have had to occur for this to have been brought about. Like, he's literally working for them. And I feel the same thing is true for Patrick Perry. I don't even know if you know who that is, but he's a guy who has a dog. So he identifies as an elderly veteran with PTSD who just happens to show up where protesters are and lets his dog attack them. He literally assaulted me on Hollywood Boulevard. I was arrested. He was arrested. He was charged. I was not. So you have elderly Patrick Perry. You have elderly Joey Eckers. And there's another one. We didn't even talk about this yet, but I believe you're also representing someone named Danny, perhaps, who Scientology also arranged for an elderly member to just magically keep showing up wherever Danny is and have interactions with him. Meanwhile, all the other Scientologists are kept hundreds of feet away from the protesters at all times. But magically, this one elderly member is just allowed to always come within some vicinity of Danny and try to get worked up or try to initiate some sort of altercation. This is Scientology's strategy to use elderly people. And I think it's for the reason, I can't remember if you mentioned it on this video so far, if it was when we were chatting beforehand, where, if you have a civil harassment restraining order and you have an elderly abuse restraining order, they're different. And it's harder to win the anti-slap motion on an elderly abuse restraining order. It's much easier on the simple civil harassment.
And a civil harassment restraining order requires a course of conduct. It requires harassment that has occurred over a period of time. You can't just have one incident that you feel someone said abusive things to you and call that civil harassment. It happens over time. With the elder abuse restraining order statute, it can be one incident of abusive conduct. It's speech conduct, abusive things said. One incident, even if there's a bunch of incidents and they don't add up, or if there's no other incidents, or if you've got 6 incidents and 5 of them are not abusive, are deemed not to be abusive, you can win on just one incident, even if it's just nasty things being said. And again, that's because elders and dependent adults are the most vulnerable people in our society, and they are so often victimized. And we need this statute to protect them from those incidents of abuse.
That is interesting. No, that's a good question. Why would a news station care unless they were bought by the cult of Scientology, right? Like, honestly, why would they care? But I mean, I guess they do. They were able to. I had no idea about that. I didn't know until you guys said something. I didn't know he used to. You said Jordy T is a thirsty. No, it's not. Not to distract you, but storm here crazy in the basement. Be careful, Maggie. Be careful. Let me see what you guys are saying. So they fired him from the local news. Did he report against it? Like, is that what he did? They threatened to sue. Really? And so they fired him because of that? Wow. See, if I was a reporter and I had, like, if I had gone to school for that, I mean, I would be building a network. I would be doing something. You know, he's giving reports about what's going on, which is fantastic. It's important. But honestly, like, make sure that they know. I'm going to let everybody know who fired me. You know, it was about Lisa Marie Presley. See, I didn't know that. Really, they must have threatened somebody that's well known in that station, so they fired him. Well, Amy said it was about Lisa Marie Presley. So that's interesting. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. They're scared because everyone used to be scared of Scientology. The corporations are, but us little peoples, we know better, right? Like, who are you going to punk? You're not going to punk us. Got him fired for reporting on them. That's interesting. They have a lot of shady dealings, Abraham. They really do. Some learn from their mistakes, but they just repeat it till no end. Yes, it was about his reporting on her. And really? Is that like news story still available? Is that like, what did he say something bad, or did he just report on facts, or what? I don't get it. Like, I didn't know people could get fired for, well, hell, I mean, I'm not a news reporter, but I'm telling you, I would never let anybody live that one down. Ever. Ever. The IRS is scared of them. I know. What the hell is up with come on, IRS. I don't know. They do the most. He was talking about how LMP, Lisa Marie Presley, was going to testify for the Jane Does in the Danny Masterson trial. How that should be her. How that should be her legacy. Wow. And they didn't like that? I mean, I have no problem. I'm curious. I didn't know. I had no idea. No idea. I mean, y'all let him know. You guys, this is my email if you want to hit him up. I would be curious to know. I had no idea. Now that's interesting, because that does kind of make me wonder, you know, but did he get fired over this? My emails, you guys can send them. They're scared of Xenu. Girl, they're scared of something. Freya the dog. They're scared of something. Archie's mom. Welcome, welcome. You said, I think he wrote about her testifying against Danny Masterson, and she passed before she was able to go. Fired. They actually did some good reporting, and they fired him. That's crazy. Now, wait a minute. Now, let me just be real. It wasn't, you know how they had that one guy that was like, we talked about, he was the Milli Vanilli protester. Y'all remember that? He was with the other protester, and he was like, he would drive around in his car. Is he still around? I think his name is like Danny, or not Danny. No, the other one. What was his name? Zach. Yeah, he pretends he is he's a journalist. As a journalist, and then he's like eating on camera and smacking and driving his car, driving like nowhere, and all you have is a Substack, which is like, really, like, anybody can have a Substack, just like anybody can have a YouTube channel. Y'all have a Gmail account, you can have a YouTube channel. Did he really get fired? Like he's a real journalist, not like a journalist like that guy that smacks his food on camera? I just want to make sure. Which one is it? Okay, good, Ram. All right, I believe you if you said he's real, because you know that one. You know what I'm talking about. You know that one that pretends to be a journalist. First he was a protester, then he went to journalism, and then he kept talking about as a journalist, and you're like, are you really a journalist? Come to find out he was, yeah, Tim, remember him? And he had a bunch of like Substack entries or whatever, and you're like, that's not journalism. Anybody can get a Substack. Anybody can get like a blog like that, you know? Yes, Brandon, it was freaking fantastic. Okay, so he's a real journalist. I mean, he definitely, I think I've seen, maybe, I don't know him by name, but I've seen a couple of like, he gives that like news reporter face. Okay, all right, I'm gonna Google him. So this guy right here. All right, because I was like, who are you guys talking about? Hold up. What's his name? Yes, this guy. Oh, Lord have mercy. So he was talking about it and that got him fired? Oh my God, you're not lying. Oh, wow. Hold up. All right. Hold up. I don't want to just move on, but I do want to hold up. Where'd it go? I just found the article. Oh, shit. You ain't never lied. Look at this. You guys were not lying. Arizona news anchor says he was fired after Scientology complaints over Lisa Marie Presley coverage. This guy right here, right? So he's got a YouTube channel. So I think I've seen him around, but I didn't really know him by name. That's why when you guys were mentioning him, I wasn't sure. Is his name, his first name on the, hold up. His name is, what does it start? Yes. Oh, it's coming up. Oh, it's coming up. Yeah, I'm not subscribed. All right, well, let me go subscribe over there. Okay, cool. That's him. See, I had no idea, you guys. I had no idea. Sometimes, Tim, sometimes y'all would lie to me. I'm just joking. I mean, listen. I was like, the lady named Linda got mad at me. Oh, you guys saw that live stream, earlier. If you missed it, you missed it. Okay. He's legit. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I might look into him a little bit more. I mean, he sounds legit. Sounds like it. But anyways, let me stop this right here, y'all. Do I make you laugh? That's the whole point. He's got a really good channel. Okay. Well, I'll check him out. Just because you guys said it. He's legit. Y'all said he's legit. See? One rabbit see, Iron Rabbit. That's because your name is Iron Rabbit. I know you wouldn't lie to me, right? Linda got fired from my chat. What was her name? Linda? She got fired from my chat. She knew better. I hope you guys know better than to troll me, all right? Like, lady was like, I just don't understand how somebody doesn't use their real name on the channel. Girl, it's YouTube. Like, are you brand new? Now I got to side eye you for saying that. You started us all kind of crazy. Makes me think, Linda, that you don't like me, Linda. And so that's fine. You don't have to like me. You can go, right? Nobody has to like you. But still, like, what is going on? Linda's the new Karen. Linda is, yeah, especially in the Latino community. Linda's like the new Karen. I'm just saying. Linda got mad. She got mad. She said, Linda has become the new Karen in our, oh my God. Anyways, I'm done. Well, that's good, Tim. I'm glad that he's covering both, trials and stuff. He does great reporting on all cases in LA. I'm glad. I just, wow. No idea. I learned something today. I really did. That's crazy. I thought you guys were like typing in Dorothy. We kept saying Dodge. I'm like, is that a typo? Are you guys saying something different that I don't know? I just hit my mic. Anyways, I'm gonna head out, but I wanted to talk a little bit about something, and I didn't want to give you guys I didn't want to give us a whole lot of light. Thank you. Jenny's like, Rabbit, we don't lie, okay? Get it together, Rabbit. Thank you. Are you sure? First of all, let me just say this. I know that there's a lot. Shout out to Marilyn. I've been watching some of her streams. Y'all go check her out. Marilyn Honan from her channel. And I am noticing, I listen. I don't always watch everybody's streams. It's, because I have a hard time and I got all this other stuff that I got to cover and everything. But shout out to her because I think that she's also uncovering a couple things that have been happening in the community of SPTV. I've been knowing that people were going to be used to push a narrative on certain people. And I've been knowing that that was going to happen and that people were going to get spit out and used and chewed up and everything to push an agenda. I hate to say it, but I knew it. I think I called this out in various streams when we were talking about Brian Kent and how certain things are being used to distract from that news. I love how people like y'all go watch the streams that I did earlier on that, months ago, because I've been calling that out. And I did say that people were going to be using people to run a narrative on folks. Okay, especially on Aaron Smith Levin. Now, whether you like Aaron or not, that's your thing, right? I know I got some people in the chat that don't necessarily like him, that have, they've been blocked, unsubscribed. I don't really know, and honestly, that's not something that I can take care of. Okay, matter of fact, I don't want to take care of it. That's none of my business. You know what I mean? Like, it's none of Aaron's business what I have going on my channel and who I block and I don't block. So I want to be very clear about that. Does that make sense? Because I don't run that kind of a channel where, we're going to talk about somebody else, how somebody else runs their channel. That's on them. If you are upset with him, email him. He does respond to email. And if you don't care enough, then why even talk about it? Right? Like, that's just how, personally, that's how I feel. Yes, she has been trolled, and she has, but I appreciate that Marilyn has been calling some of the things that I already knew was going to happen, if that makes sense, because, when I'm an observant, y'all. I observe a lot of shit. Okay. I don't always talk about it, but I observe. And sometimes if you pick up on things, you don't always have to talk about them. Things tend to kind of fall in place the way that they do. But I've been knowing that people were going to get used, to attack other people. I've been knowing that. And I'm so glad I saw that Liz Gale is going to be exposing the critical fraudster at large with the degree. I got a little sweat in my nose. I did. Didn't I? I did. I said, y'all watch this shit. I might get that clip. And I said, didn't I say this? People are using people to push a narrative. Watch this, because as soon as we drop the Brian Kent information back in April, watch how people distract people. What do you want me to address? I'm live now, Carlotta. Let me know. Put it in the chat. I've been knowing. Let me know. What you tell me, girl? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. I did call it. I have the clip. I can go back and put the clip together. And I said, listen, didn't I tell you guys? I've been knowing that as soon as people that were pushing narratives were going to fall out with that group, that as soon as that happened, that we're going to turn on this person. I've been knowing that. And I don't have any issue or beef with that person. I really don't. I don't know her to do that. And, I know that I can be very forward and direct. I know I can hurt people's feelings because that's just how I am. But let me just say this. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Thank you, Jody. I did. Months ago, I said, this was going to happen. And now I'm seeing it. The girl is being used, and she's been dumped, and she's being trolled, and people are attacking her. Now, I don't know everything that's going on as far as all the in between, but I watch Maryland, so I kind of catch up a lot of stuff in there, and I kind of knew that they were going to be attacking. It's because how it is here, right? That they were going to use her, and then once she wasn't good for them, or once she didn't cater to them, that's what was going to happen. It's sad, but it's true. I've been saying that. I called that out months ago. So I don't know why anybody's so surprised. That's right. You said, let me know. I need a neon sign that says Linda right here. Listen, Linda, let me know. Listen, Linda, something. I'm going to need something that every time a Linda gets out of, look at. Shout out to Marilyn. Y'all drop her channel. I have to say it. Marilyn. And I said it in your chat. I was there. I said, listen, I knew months ago when the whole Brian Kent got exposed, that situation, regardless of how you feel about Aaron or anybody else. All right. I've been knowing that they were going to use that girl for her information on what she had on Aaron or whatever it was that was going to happen. They were going to use her, and then they were going to dump her. And that's what they did. They did that to her. And now they created all kinds of troll accounts on her. Did I not say that? I don't predict the future. I just picked up on that. I said, listen, she's only useful until a certain part. And that's unfortunate, because I really thought that, it sounds like she really needs a support system. And she was hoping that these people would be her support system, and they don't give a shit about her. They don't give a shit about her. They don't. Come on now. We've been calling that. I don't have an issue with the girl. I really don't. It is fancy. It is fancy. It's very much women intuition. I just felt it, I just felt it. You said, I remember when I got exposed as a dino nugget eater, and I leaned into that narrative. Dino nugget, like, I cannot with you. Dino nugget is Dino. Are you a troll from different area codes? Did we not just sing that song? I got trolls in different area codes. We just went through this. Thank you. You said you hit it in the nail on the head. It was so sad. Yeah, they've been talking about that. Who, I don't know, girl months. We have so many. Not the Dino Nuggets. I'm side eyeing you a little bit because you got these one liners that I'm just like side eyeing you. But I like you. You're funny. I like you here. I like you here. Yeah, I think we all knew she was being used, but didn't foresee them turning on her. I did foresee that shit. I don't know what it was. I think part of it is because, look, like I said, I don't have anything. I'm sure I'm not like, I'm sure she doesn't like me. Like I said, there's a reason why I was so upset back then, is because, in my opinion, I could see that she was being used, and there was this news that needed to, we needed to bring forward and put some like information out there about this, right? Because this was important. And I felt like she was being used to derail a lot of things, about that. And there's so much more that's coming out that, listen to Marilyn, listen to a lot of other folks, like listen to Serge. Serge said something very interesting in Marilyn's chat about how people start feeling some type of way when they start talking about certain things when it comes to Scientology and children, right? So I personally felt like this girl's being used. I don't know her. I don't have an issue with her. I don't care if she likes me. That's not the point. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, that's what happens. People use you, and until they can't use you anymore, you say something that doesn't align with their narrative. She was trying to get in contact with Oh No Nora. What's wrong with her talking to Oh No Nora or anybody else for that matter? Who the fuck? Who cares? Who cares? What's wrong with that? That's her business, and that's anybody's, like, who cares? But as soon as she wanted contact with Nora, which I'm like, it's fucking fantastic. Like, Nora, it's amazing to me. Shout out to Oh No Nora, because I'm thinking about her, but it's amazing to me the kind of like, narrative that they put behind her. Like, I see Nora and she owns her shit. She tells it how it is. I don't know I don't know if it's because she's a woman. I don't know if it's because like people get intimidated by her. And I see how a lot of men attack her too. And it's interesting to me to see that. It's interesting to me to see that. Like, what y'all scared of? What y'all scared of? Okay. Yes. I love Surge, but the children's stuff, it's hard. It definitely is, Lady Jade. The truth in general is hard. The truth is in general is hard. So I just thank you, Pika, thank you. I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, there's a lot of unrest with the AF trolls because of the Child USA protest planned for November in Philly. Girl, I would love to fly down there. Ooh, I would love to fly down there and join that. Let me just say that. I would love to ask some questions to the attorney. I really would. I would love to fly out there and join. Or are they don't they have like a little gala? We could wear like nice, cute little dresses, okay? We can get our little dress on. We can get our suit and tie on. Isn't it like a little, like a something like a fundraiser where, the rich people drop dollars? No, I don't need a travel fund. But thank you. But I would love to join that. I'm just saying, because I got some questions that can't be answered here online, apparently. I got some questions. Oh, it's one of those. But see, I'm loud here. I can get louder in person. I'm loud, but I can get louder in person. Like really loud. I get louder in person. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, I don't even need a sign. I can get really loud in person. Uh-huh. Yeah. So why do people feel the need to gatekeep? Yeah, like why are we gatekeeping? If somebody wants to have contact, I mean, isn't it up to Nora if she wants to reciprocate that contact? Like, stop the bullshit. I thought this wasn't a cult. Matter of fact, didn't they dub Aaron as the cult leader of a lot of people? But yet y'all are doing the bullshit and don't call it out. Oh, Linda. This is why Linda's blocked. This is why Linda's blocked. I'm just saying. I'm saying, Marilyn, wear your nicest little dress, your gala dress, go out there. I would love to go. I would love to go and be out there and be loud. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I told my sister I'd teach her how to drive a stick. I don't know how to drive stick either. You're going out there for sure? Look at you. Look at you guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. But people are intimidated by her. That's what it is. Like, the people get intimidated. I don't know why. Yeah, I know. I can't, but I would love to go down there. I'm just saying. And if I did, maybe, I don't know, maybe, you never know. You never know. I might just fly down there. I might not even say anything about it. You know, I move different. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Uh-huh. Yep. I mean, Philly's not far from me. I've traveled in that area before. Yes, we're gonna get our dress, but we're gonna ask some questions. We're gonna get some really answers. You know, like I said, I'm loud online, but I'm louder in person. I really am. Peacefully loud. Peacefully loud. All right. That's what I've got to say about that. All right, y'all are awesome. You guys, thank you. You said you're in Massachusetts, not far from me in Maryland. You could stop here on the way for a rest stop. Aw, look at that. Shout out to Kim. I know, right? Y'all are awesome. But I just wanted to say that. And thank you, Marilyn, for exposing some stuff that's happening in the community and stuff like that. I know that that's really hard sometimes because you do get trolled. But you know, like I said, like let me just say this. You guys cannot, like, YouTube expect to be trolled, especially when you're going to be talking about such a controversial topic. Okay. And it comes with the territory. I have been trolled. I have been lied on. I have been doxxed. I have been harassed. This is why I side-eye anybody that's asking for my name online, because I'm like, bitch, like, I've been doxxed so many times. Like, what are you talking about? It's not hard to find my life. And it's not anything that I'm hiding from, but that's just my name here online. And that's what I'm going to stick to. Just because some of you guys, here's Pony Slave. That is Pony Slave's name. And I respect Pony Slave. I'm not going to call Pony Slave something else. You know? Yes, I think you're getting trolled. That's the only way to do it. You're going to get trolled. People are going to do videos about you that says that it is what it is. But you know what? They don't always show their face. Okay. And all right. Like, let them get their boner. Who the hell cares? Let them get their heart on. Who the hell cares? Like, just let them be. You got to ignore and move on. That's what they do, you know? If Joey can go buy Rocket, you can go buy Rabbit. Thank you. If Joey can go buy Rocket, Joey can go buy Rabbit. Exactly. What? Ask Linda. That was Linda earlier. Linda was like off the chain. You've been threatened with lawyers this week and really, Marilyn? Oh shit. You've been threatened with lawyers? Why? I'm sorry. That's interesting. Here's Dino Nuggets. He's not going unless your name is, you know, Michael Dino Nuggets something. You say, I don't know why Joey goes by Rocket. That guy moves nowhere fast. All right, y'all. You guys have distracted me way too much. I got to get back to life. Okay. Y'all are amazing and awesome. I appreciate everybody here. You guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel. All right. You guys hit the like button. It's going to be okay. today, it is what it is. I think Aaron might go live here pretty soon. Y'all go support Aaron, of course, and anybody else in the SPTV community that's doing the damn thing. If you are watching the replay, please note that some of the parts are going to be cut out because of the music, okay? Because if you missed it, you missed it. You weren't here for the good parts of the stream. It is what it is. All right. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye, guys.